Welcome to the Notary Educators with Kimmi Podcast. Hosts Kimmi and Jeff Nunnally, along with Alexis Franklin, share expert insights to help you launch and grow a successful mobile notary business no matter what state you are commissioned in. Learn how to become a top-notch loan signing agent and get answers to common notary questions. Explore our all-inclusive $47 monthly training library, plus live weekly online coaching sessions with courses on general notary work, wedding efficient services, remote online notary, ink fingerprinting, apostille, translation services, and I-9 completion. Notary Educators, LLC is your one-stop shop for notary training. Tune in to the Notary Educators with Kimmi podcast and subscribe to the Notary Educators with Kimmi's YouTube channel also for more tips. Take your notary business to new heights.
With Kimmi, guess who I am? I'm Kimmi, and I'm your host. So today we are talking about the things I dislike about apostilles, okay? Apostille, you may have heard this word before. So we're going to talk about the things that I dislike most about doing them. Yeah, you can make $300, $400, $500, $800 doing one of those jobs, but there are a few things I want to go over with you tonight, okay? So we're going to give YouTube a few minutes to notify people that I am live, and then we're going to get right into it. So welcome. While we wait, for those of you who do not know, welcome to those who will listen to the podcast. Also to those who will watch the replay, I'm Kimmi, your number one notary educator. I keep it simple, clear, and reasonably priced for you so you can take any training you want and start growing your business today, okay? Hey, Andrea, how are you? What's going on in Austin? Nice to have you with us. Welcome, everybody. How's it going today? Is it cold where you are? They're saying we're going to get more snow. I'm like, oh, great. Kind of looking forward to it, honestly, but that means it's snow day, right? So we're talking about apostilles today, though. For those of you who may not even know what an apostille is, I am well. Oh, I'm well. I'm sure you're saying I am well, right? Cool. Welcome. Hey, everybody. Welcome. So, yeah, what I want to talk about tonight is apostilles. And really briefly, for those of you who don't even know what that is, it's a service that we provide as notaries. You don't actually do the apostille. So, hey, Dorothea. So, if you call your Secretary of State and say, hey, I want to do apostilles, they're going to say, you can't do an apostille. I get that all the time from notaries because you don't call your Secretary of State and ask them about this particular service that we provide. It's just kind of one of those things that you know. And that's why I'm going to tell you about it tonight. Hey, Terry J, you got the mentorship. Welcome. Yes, welcome. Can't wait to see you. We'll be live in mentorship on, I think, Wednesday this week coming up, okay? I forgot what we're talking about, but I'll be there. And welcome to the program. So anyway, so with the apostilles, though, if you call your secretary and say, hey, I want to do apostilles, I've been hearing I can make all this money, they're going to tell you you cannot do that. And they are correct. As notaries, we don't actually do the apostille, we facilitate it. So what is an apostille? An apostille is a document, certification that's going on top of a document that's leaving the United States, going out the country. That's the simplest way to explain it. There are two different ways to process, and I'm going to give you a short version right quick, but you can check out my apostille course. Master Apostilles is not that complicated. Written by yours truly. It's a great course, and you will know how to do them at the end of the course. But I do want to give you some negative things about it today, too. So I like to be, truly transparent. I love doing them. They're my biggest money maker in my business, but I just want to talk about some of the things I don't like. So the last piece of it is, I want to tell you about the training piece of this today, is there are two ways to process it. You got your simple way, which is called the Hague process. And that's like the United States and these other countries have agreements together. They're like, hey, you take our documents, we'll take your documents, and we're friends, right? Then you have the non-Hague way that you have to process it, which includes more steps. And that particular way is a little bit more complicated. And that's where the United States and these other countries are like, we're going to take your documents, but it's going to be a little bit more complicated. So in my Master Apostilles course, I go over that. So check it out. It is on sale, 60% off. coupon code is WIN2025, WIN 2025, okay? Hey, Sheree Loren, how are you? Welcome. So I want to tell you a few things that I don't like about apostilles. So when you hear anybody say that they are making $200, $300, $800, $1,000 with apostilles, they are telling you the truth. Okay? Most of the people, if they're really notaries and they're actually working the business, you can make that kind of money. My most expensive job so far that I've had to date was $800. Okay? My person has several documents leaving the United States, going to another country, and I was able to help to facilitate that, and the client paid me $800. Real talk. Now, why do they pay me? Let's talk about that, and then I'm going to get into the reasons I dislike it. They pay me, or they would pay you as a notary once you become an expert in processing apostilles. They pay you because they don't feel like trying to learn how to do it. It's a skill set, okay? It's a skill set. Every notary does not know how to do apostilles. I'm in Facebook groups. I have my own Facebook group, Notary Educators. Feel free to join. It's completely free. But people try to learn how to do apostilles in the Facebook group. No, 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 no. That is not the time to try to learn how to do an apostille. Now's the time to learn how to do it before you get the phone call, okay? Don't wait and get into get an apostille and then hop in a Facebook group and say, how do I process that? Can somebody tell me what to do? I got an apostille. You don't want to do that. You want to know right now how to do it. And then if you need a little additional help, then we can help you. But I cannot teach you. Nobody can teach you in a Facebook group in 2 minutes how to process a job where somebody paying you $800 and you're going to figure it out in Facebook. That's just not how it works, okay? Hey, Sheree Loren says, I'm well, Miss Kimmi. How are you today? I'm doing well. I just came from a walk. I got all pumped up. So I was like, let me hop it on and go live for a moment. So anyway, what do I dislike about apostilles? The number one thing I dislike about them, and I'm going to give you some tips about some things I dislike and how to work around it. The number one thing I hate about it is the unknown. The unknown. Right now I have a document. And I spoke about this document 3 months ago here on YouTube because I was excited. It was one of my first 3 or 4 that I had that was actually a federal document. I've done plenty at the state level, the state of Georgia level. But for DC level, I've done about 4, okay? And this is one of them. The first couple I did, they came back in like 2 months. Okay, so these documents, when it comes to apostilles, this is the thing I hate the most. It takes forever, okay, to get them back. When it goes to DC, there's no way around it. They say 8 to 12 weeks, but I got this one started during a holiday season. So you got to factor in Christmas. You got to factor in New Year's. You got to factor in MLK Day is coming up. Thanksgiving, right? All those different holidays happen, and my customer still does not have their document. And they are getting upset. Now, this particular person is a friend of mine. That doesn't change the fact that he's over in Dominican Republic and he needs his documents. Okay, he's trying to become a citizen over there. He's married to someone from Dominican Republic. All that being said, he's texting me, hey, Kimberly, where's my document? I'm still checking on it. And then that's the other thing I hate. So number one thing I hate is the unknown. When you send a document to DC, it takes forever to get processed. You have no control over that. So your client is constantly blowing up your phone. Where are my documents? And all you can say is, I'll let you know when I get it. I'll try to find out something. I tried to find out something about it. Can't find out anything. So I want to give you, that's the negative. Why I don't like it. What is a pro to that? It's to set the expectation for the client. What lesson can you learn, rather? Be a better way to say that. The lesson is set the expectation for your client. Hey, and I did that with my client, but see what happened is the first couple documents that they had that came back from DC, they came back in a short period of time. So now he has the expectation that they're only going to take 2 months, but this one is taking longer. And I know that they have it because I sent it using a prepaid shipping label for them to send it back. So I will get a notification from UPS once they send it back. And I also sent it where I could track it on my end when they received it. So I'm hoping you're taking notes, okay? So a couple of things here is to make sure, let's go back. set the expectation for the client. So I let him know, hey, typically this takes 2 to 3 months. So unfortunately, we're going into month 3 on the longer side. So always over deliver. Tell your client over promise or over deliver, right? What is it? Over deliver, under promise. Y'all know what I'm saying. But don't tell your client it's going to be back in 8 to 12 weeks. You set the expectation that it's going to be back in 2 to 2.5 months plus, and that you still cannot guarantee it. Okay. You still cannot guarantee it. So I even have a disclaimer that I give my client, hey, I can't guarantee anything. So that's the first lesson you want to take away. Set the expectation further out than what you expect it to be, okay? Set the expectation. Tip number 1. Number 2 is the cost of shipping the documents, but you don't eat the cost. You pass that on to your clients. But the reason I hate that part of it is because now I have my fee and I have to include that shipping fee for my client, which is going to make the bill seem a whole lot larger. And here's our next gem for you, okay? Take notes. I only ship using UPS to DC. I have used the United States Postal Service, which is $8 or $10, okay? 8 to 10. But I typically use UPS because it's like $20, and I feel more comfortable using UPS, okay? So I've shipped it both ways. Some people only use the United States Postal Service because it's cheaper and they want to get that bill down for their client. So you have a couple different ways you can do it. Now you always have to check the instructions from the state that you're shipping the documents to, because some states do not take UPS, some states do not take FedEx. You always have to read the instructions, and I go over that crystal clear in my apostille course. So I'm going to stop here for 1 second, and I'm going to ask you guys, how many of you are doing apostilles in your business right now? How many of you? Put a 1 if you're doing apostilles. Put a 0 if you've never heard of it or you're not doing it. And we'll take a few of these questions. Yes, you can drop your other questions. I don't mind, but the topic tonight is apostilles. So put a 1 if you are, a 0 if you are not. Let's see. So Terry J is not doing them. She's not or hasn't heard of them. Which one is it, Terry J? Why are you not doing apostilles? Andrea? Is it Adriana? Adriana is not doing it. Why aren't you doing apostilles? Let me know. Why aren't you? Is it because you don't know how to do it? You're afraid of them? Not doing them yet. Sheree Loran. Jetty so high. So why are you all not doing? Yep. Okay, Terry J. Let's talk about it, because that's my other reason why I hate doing apostilles. That's my other reason. To Terry J's point, it is freaking stressful. It is freaking stressful. I am a control freak, okay? When it comes to my documents, I want control. When it comes to my appointments, I want to be in control, okay? I want to make sure the document is signed and stamped and corrected, and then I take it to wherever it needs to go. They give it back, I stamp, sign, and we're done. With apostilles, you don't know what's going to happen, and it don't fall on you. It's nothing you can do about it. UPS may lose your envelope. FedEx may lose it. And you got to go back to the client and tell them, hey, the document was lost. That happened to Alexis, our other trainer. That happened to her. So she had to redo it. And in this case, because it's taking so long, the story I'm telling you about, I'm getting ready to call my client. I told him to let's wait to the end of this month. That'll be 3 whole months. If I don't have the documents, and I'm going to redo it. I'm going to redo it. I have to. I have to do it because my brand, I am the brand. My brand is on the line, right? And I'm just going to redo it. I'm going to redo it for free. So I've paid the shipping. I'm just going to eat this. It is what it is. I'm praying that it comes within the next 2 weeks. So today is the 18th. So we're at 2.5 months, and I'm just going to give it to the end of the month, and we'll see what happens. We'll see. I understand, Terry J. Just freaking afraid, you know? And honestly, it took me a couple years. It took me years to even get up the nerve to start doing apostilles. It did. So if you go back and watch this channel, go back and watch my videos from 2022, 2, I said I'm going to start doing apostilles. No, 2023. 23, I started doing them. That was my goal for 23. 24, I got better at them. Much better. So much so I could write the course, because I was afraid to write the course. I don't write nothing I can't do, okay? I just don't. I could fake it till I make it. Plenty of people do, but I don't do that. So when you see my apostille course, you like, Kimmi know what she's doing, okay? It's very simple. It's called Master Apostilles. It's not that complicated. Again, it is 60% off. Coupon code is WIN2025. And you will know how to do apostilles, okay? Not perfectly, but you're going to know more than you did today, okay? All right, let's read some of these comments. What else we got? So Michigan only does in the county, not notaries. Media Markled, you don't know what apostilles is. No offense. I know that you don't know the whole process, because you take it to Michigan State to get it processed, but you can do any country, you can do any state, okay? So that lets me know by your comment you're not familiar with how to do them correctly, okay? So I want you to know how to do them so you don't leave money on the table, okay? I am in the state of Georgia. I am a notary educator for all states. I process apostilles for all 50 states, okay? You have to know how to do it. That's why I said in the very beginning, go back and watch this video. Your state is going to tell you you can't do them, okay? So if I'm incorrect about you knowing how to do them, let me know, okay? And I do stand corrected. Adriana says, I'm just getting started in my business, but I would love to know and understand how to do apostilles. Yes, so once you do get your basic notary training under your belt, which I highly recommend, you do not have to be a notary to do apostilles. You do not. However, in order to do them effectively, I always recommend you being a notary, because a lot of your documents you will have to notarize, 1. And number 2, you have to check the work of other notaries before you take it to the Secretary of State. So if you take a document, you had nothing to do with the notarization, and I took the document from Terry J, she was a notary, and just say she didn't know what she was doing and her notarizations were incorrect, they're not going to apostille the document, so it's going to be rejected. So you, as the person even processing or facilitating the apostille, need to know how to be a great notary, okay? That starts with Notarize Like a Pro if you don't know. So that's included in the mentorship. I'll tell you about that shortly. Okay? Nose is always itching, y'all. I just drank some kiwi lemonade from Chick-fil-A. It's probably why it's itching. I just had a sample of it. I didn't know they even had it. I love lemonade, but I'm allergic to lemons. So sometimes I'll sneak. When I saw kiwi, I was like, can I try that? So she let us try a little sample. So I think that's why my nose is itching. Yeah, so what else we got here? So Adriana says, okay, I read that one. Terry J said, okay, Shara Loren says, I don't feel confident in doing them yet. I'm still trying to learn as much as I can. Yeah, and as I said, so Media Markle, you understand what I was saying. Thank you. Hey, Terry J, I'm coming back to you with that comment really quick for real. So Shara Loren, to your point, that's why I said I want you to be confident in your notarial duties first before you start doing apostilles. Because if you're not a good notary, you will not be a good apostille agent / facilitator, whatever word you want to put in there. Because you'll hear different titles out there. If you don't know how to be a good notary, you're not even going to know what to look for. So I've had incidences where I've had to re-notarize a document for a client because he used another notary, okay? And they didn't know what they were doing. So I cannot take it to the Secretary of State and say, well, that notary messed up. I still need this document apostille. That's not how it works. At the Secretary of State, that's what they're checking for, is the notarial part to make sure it's correct. Okay? So I hope you might have to go back and rewatch this. But you have to have the notarization part correct, or the apostille is not going to happen, period. And that's another thing I dislike about apostilles. It's not just me doing my work. I got to check the other notary work. And if that other notary's work is not correct, then now we got another problem. Okay, that can stall the process too. And now I have to be the one to tell the client, oops, sorry, the other notary messed up. So we got to see how we can fix this. Okay? So it happens all day long. It happens in regular notary work. It happens in apostilles too. So you have to be a great notary before you do anything. And that's why I'm big on what I teach over here is not sexy. I teach marketing. I have a whole marketing course now, proud to say, that's in the mentorship program, okay? However, what I teach about basic notarizations, most people don't touch it because it's not sexy. Sexy is marketing. Ooh, you can make 6 figures. Yeah, you can. Do I? No, I don't. Can you? Yes, you can if you want to do the work, okay? And I don't want to work 5 in the morning till midnight. But if you don't mind doing that, can you make $300 a day? Probably easily, yeah. That's a few jobs. I just don't do all that, okay? But I digress. So we're not talking about 6 figures, but I'm just saying you don't have to. What I teach is not, oh, you can make 6 figures and I'm flashing money and flashing Mercedes and flashing trips and all that. I don't do all that. What I teach is you to learn the business, to be a great notary. You will make your money and you will be successful. Okay? That's it. That's all I got. Now, you can get all the other stuff, but you got to put the work in. Okay? Let's see what else we got. Terry J says, I'll just send them to you. Yes, to Terry J's point, you can. If you have an apostille client, listen to me. Listen, if you have an apostille client and you don't want to do it, yes, you can send it to me at notaryeducatorsllc.com. I will split the referral with you, give you a finder's fee based on everything after I do the final calculations and everything. Yes, you can send me your apostille work until you are ready. Okay? So that could be a stream of income for you too. You send it to me, I do the processing, and I will give you a referral fee. Okay? NotaryEducatorsLLC.com. Now, my preferred method is for you to learn how to do them yourself. Okay? Now, you can self-teach. I have about, 8 to 10 videos here on the channel. Or you can do the simplified method and take my Master Apostilles course. Okay? So, but yeah, you can send them to me. So I know you probably was joking, but that's real talk. Because if I get something I don't want to do, I send it to Angela, send it to Alexis. I'm like, I don't even feel like being bothered with this. Just give me a little cut. Okay. Jetty So High says, is becoming a mobile notary a good business in Georgia? It's going to be what you make it, Jetty So High. It's going to be what you make it. So I've been able to be a mobile notary now for almost 6 years. Almost 6. When I started, I was really part-time. Then I went full-time. I left my hospital job. I did start during COVID. So at that time, signings were popping like crazy. They still are. I'm just a little bit more selective in what I do. But by you being newer, you may take some of those jobs that I don't do anymore. For example, I don't drive a lot to Atlanta. I'm in Georgia. I don't prefer to drive to Atlanta. I try to stay closer to my home. So if you don't mind driving further, I've taken jobs as far as 2 hours away when I first got started. Will I do it now? Sure. I'll hop in that car. Me and my husband will go do a 2-hour job, 2-hour distance job. If they're paying me, I'm driving there. Okay? But sometimes I don't go to Atlanta. I don't like to go to Alpharetta. So it's a lot of things I don't like to do. I don't like to start at 7 o'clock. I'm more a late person. So that's why I always say there's room for you in the business. It's going to be when you make it. And my notaries in my mentorship program are doing great. And they will let you know. It takes some time. It don't happen overnight. I'm not even going to act like it happens in 1 month. It's going to take you probably at least a good couple months to learn the business. Your states typically give you a commission and they say, go do you. Right? But that's not how this business works. That's not how any business works. In order to be a pro at what you do, that's why my course is called Notarize Like a Pro. In order to notarize like a pro, you have to know certain things. Your state are going to give you a few little basics, but it's not going to be what you need. I give you real life, practical. You can implement it tomorrow and start doing your business, okay? So it's going to be what you put into it. So my answer is going to be yes, you can start a mobile business in Georgia. Check out my book, Start Your Notary Business in the State of Georgia. And it's going to give you like step-by-step how to do it until you're ready for mentorship and give you a nice overview of the business, okay? I love that book. It comes in ebook or it comes in paperback, either one. Shara Loren says, right, got it, thanks, you. Thank you, I overthink, so I'm just, hold on, the comments coming in kind of fast, wait a minute. Got it, thanks, thank you, I overthink, so I'm just thinking about if there's multiple documents and they're originating from different states, etc., it seems complicated but not impossible. Yeah, you're right. You're right, Sheree Loren, you're right. So, for example, I have a client and she still hasn't called me back yet because she got to do a little work. And this is the other thing I don't like about apostilles, real talk, is I ask for all my money typically up front. Sometimes I'll take half and then the other half when they pick up the job because it costs a lot, right? So I'll be like, just give me the whole $800 right now. So sometimes I'll say, you can give me $5 today and $3 when you pick it up. Okay, that's not some people's preference. Some people want all their money straight up front. The reason I do that is because sometimes you have a little trust factor. They like, are you really gonna get my documents back? So I try to make sure I collect enough where even if they change their mind, they might come back and say, you know what, I don't want to get those documents done anymore. Excuse me. So I make sure I make enough where if they do change their mind, it's not a big deal. But so I always make sure I include my shipping prices where I can collect that up front. I'm never going to ship someone's documents for free. I'm never going to pay another notary for them without them paying for it. Certain things I'm just never going to do. I hear horror stories out there that people are even, and I was in one Facebook group and they're paying a notary to do like their courier service and to do their apostille, and they didn't pay them. A fellow notary didn't pay. Didn't do the job. And I was like, what are you talking about? So anything I do, I'm not paying you up front, not till you deliver, okay? So that's why sometimes with my clients, I'm okay with taking half or the majority of it, and then they can pay the rest later. Because they might change their mind, like I said. But back to this client really quick, and to answer Sheree Lauren's question. With the apostilles in different states. So, for example, I have a lady right now. She has to get back with me because she needs to get me some certified copies of some documents, right? So she got married in New York. So that's one state, right? She was born in New York. So that's one document, her birth certificate. She got married in Georgia, right? So that's 2. And she went to school in Florida. So we got 3 states involved, 3 states. So to your point, that is very time consuming. So that's 3 different states. Now, where did I say I live at, guys? I'm in Georgia. So you see, you can do all 50 states. You just need to know how to do them. So this particular job, am I a little anxious about it? I am, because I'm like, anytime somebody tell me New York, anything, or California, I'll automatically go, oh my God, I got to send it to New York. Here we go. New York. Love y'all, but you know the process is different up there, okay? California. I love me some Californian people. I got some in my group, okay? But California, again, is just different in how they roll. And everybody know that. So, somebody say, any other state, though, I don't panic. South Carolina, Tennessee. I had a lady in Tennessee. Her document, oh my God, it was so easy. And Tennessee was the bomb to work for, okay? To send them something. The Secretary of State lady was like, sure, da-da-da. She was willing to help me. And even Georgia, our state, we got a guy down there. Now, don't call and tell him you charging somebody to do apostilles. But if you just call him for some help, he got you. He's super cool. But if you think you're making some money, why would somebody pay you? He said, why would someone pay you for that? Why would someone pay you something $3? So after that, I said, because I talk a lot, right? I was like, oh, I got a client. When I first started, I called him. I said, oh, I got a client I'm trying to help. And he was like, excuse me? So I learned to shut up. Just go down there. I go in this place and come back out. I don't have a lot of chit chat, okay? Because everybody don't need to know all your business, okay? So let's see. You're welcome, Sheree Loren. So Harriet says, getting ready to take my notary test in Illinois. Welcome. And in a week, I'm excited. You teach well. I've been watching you. Well, thank you, Harriet. Check out the mentorship program. Once you get your commission, I'm going to handle this really quick, too, while I'm talking to Harriet. Because I had a young lady just reach out the other day, and she was like, hey, I want to know, can I go ahead and just start taking your courses? I haven't gotten my commission yet. And I was like, no, I gave her this illustration. I use it all the time. It's like buying a car. You don't have your driver's license. I don't really want you in mentorship yet until you can actually start executing, okay? That's like having a brand new car. You don't have a driver's license and it's sitting in your driveway. Now, would other trainers go ahead and tell you to sign up? They would, but I'm not going to do that because I really want you to succeed. Anything I do, I put my name on. I want you to succeed because if you do well, you're going to tell somebody else. I cannot tell you the number of referrals I have from other notaries, right? Oh, how did you find me? Oh, this notary friend of mine told me about you. I've had people, family members who aren't even notaries, tell them about me. So that's why I'm going to always give it to you straight. I've been on this channel for years. I have no reason. I did change the name if you didn't notice. Now we're Notary Educators with Kimmi because I wanted my brand to be united. My brand to be united. So for all the time I've been here, I've been Notary Life with Kimmi. But now it's Notary Educators with Kimmi. So we're on the come up. And I want everything to be united. So I've been loving that. So we're Notary Educators with Kimmi is the name of the channel. So anyway, yeah, but like I was saying, get your commission, then come back. And I would even recommend, Harriet, before you do the mentorship program, get the book that I wrote for your state, for Illinois, How to Start Your Notary Business in Illinois. It's a quick read. Get the ebook or the paperback. Find out where you're getting into, and then at that point, you're ready for mentorship. When you know, hey, I want to do this as a business, I'm ready to go next level, come back and see me. I will be here. Okay? I'd love for you to sign up tonight, but you're not ready. Okay? But you're more than welcome once you get that commission. You're welcome, Jetty So High. Terry J says, my goal is to do ink fingerprinting in Texas. Oh, yeah, there was an ink fingerprinting question earlier. Did I pass that? Hold on 1 second, because I said I was going to come back to that. Oh, Terry J says, not to be off topic, well, what is the best ink to get to do ink fingerprinting cards? You said not to get inkless. No, I never said not to get inkless. I did not. What I said, you don't use those ink pad like you would use for an ink stamp, like a stamp. What kind of stamp? I don't know, like... What kind of stamp? Like a regular old ink pad. That's what I said. Don't use those. But I buy those little, and I have it right there on the ink fingerprinting channel. And I have an ink fingerprinting course that you can buy. And the course is also inside of the mentorship program. But if you look at the ink fingerprinting videos free that I have here on the channel, I say buy those. And they're in this at Notary Educators too under the supply list. But it's like a 6-pack. And I don't let clients share those. It's a little ink pad. They're little individual ink pads. I don't know, you get 6 for like $12. I think it's even cheaper than that. But that's what I use for ink fingerprinting, okay? And again, I don't let clients share that. Even before COVID, I never let clients share ink pad. I think that's nasty. I've seen other notaries do it, trying to save money, but if you can't afford to buy ink pads, you can't afford to be doing ink fingerprinting, because that's nasty, okay? So I don't recall saying what inkless. I don't even know what inkless is. I don't know that, because you got to have ink to put it on the card. But I do recall saying don't use a plain old-fashioned regular ink pad. I've said that before. Okay, so I hope that was clear for you. And I'm getting your questions. You can feel free to ask some more. So Terry just says, my goal is to do ink fingerprinting in Texas immigration law firms. Yeah, you can do that. They'll hire you. So I don't do live scan. I only do ink, the old-fashioned ink with the cards. And they do need that. Realtors need it. Also, when people are leaving the country internationally and they're trying to get their immigration documents or passports, sometimes they have to be rolled. Also, CNAs, certified nursing assistants, daycare workers have to be rolled, ink fingerprinting. So I don't do the other one. Douglas is in mentorship. What's up, Douglas? How you doing? Sheree Loren is cracking up. Terry J says, easy to get along with clients, only no exceptions. Learned this a long time ago. Easy to get along with clients, only no exceptions. Learned this a long time ago. No exceptions. Girl, there's always exceptions. Did I get your email, Douglas? I did not. Did you send it to notaryeducatorsllc.com? Can you resend it, please? And I'll check it when I get off my live. NotaryEducatorsLLC.com. Please resend it. And I'll look at it. Well, actually, let me rephrase that. For the email is NotaryEducatorsLLC@gmail.com. Okay? NotaryEducatorsLLC@gmail.com. If you go to the website, which is Notary Educators LLC.com, then you'd have to click the contact us, okay? And that's still going to come to Notary Educators at Gmail, okay? Notary Educators LLC at Gmail. So resend it for me, please. I'll read it as soon as I get off this live, Douglas. Harriet says, thank you so much. Terry J says, got you. Melon Express, what's up? What's up? I love the name. Terry J says, I misunderstood. Oh, yeah, no worries, no worries. Douglas says he's good, yes, and okay. Okay. Cool, Douglas. What other questions can I answer for you all tonight while I'm here? So again, for apostilles, it is my number one moneymaker in my business next to loan signing because of the complexity of the job, but it's not so complicated that you cannot learn it, okay? I've given you some reasons why I don't like doing them. The main reason is the unknown and the lack of control. I don't have control over how the process goes. I just don't. It's up to the Secretary of State. It's up to UPS. It's up to FedEx. If they decide they're going to take it, you know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. But again, I'm not going to not do them, but I'm just going to set the expectation for my client, as I've already stated. Let them know, hey, this thing might take a minute, okay? Melon Express says, thank you. Have you done any iPen signings? No, my state doesn't do anything like that. Everything is called a wet signature. If you don't know what a wet signature is, that means they have to sign it with the ink pen. They have to sign it with the ink pen. However, the digital space, if your state allows for remote online notary and iPen and RAN and all that, it's not a big deal. Sometimes they may have the client sign half of the documents with the ink pen. Some of them, they'll have you take your laptop. Because I had actually signed up with a company. They were piloting something where it was going to be, they had an agreement with some attorney here in Georgia, and you could do something electronic. That never came to fruition because in my state, it has to be a wet signature. So again, wet signature means with the old-fashioned ink pen and paper. They got to be right in front of you. Ain't no online, nothing. Okay? So, but again, with REN and all that kind of stuff, basically, again, the client will sign some documents in front of you with the pen and paper the old-fashioned way. Some of them they're going to sign on the laptop or your tablet, or you just use a pen, like an electronic pen. So it's a lot of different ways to complete signings. None of them are more complicated. Remote is a little bit, because I always say you got to still be a great notary. A lot of times people think, I'll get my commission, become a remote online notary, and stay right at home. You can do all that, but you still got no basic notarizations. You have to. So I like people, I don't care what you're going to do in this business. Loan signing, apostilles, remote, REN, whatever you're going to do in this business, loan signing. If you're going to have your own signing agency, I want you to be a great notary first. Because how are you going to tell somebody else what to do and you don't know how to do it? That makes zero sense to me. It makes zero sense. So once you learn how to be a great notary, then you can have a signing company. Then you can do loan signings. Then you can do remote. Does that make sense? That's why I always say what I teach over here is not sexy. Okay? But it works. It's not sexy, but it works. All right, let's see. Oh, y'all always have to ask me for the link. That is poor salesmanship. The link for everything is notaryeducatorsllc.com. Okay? notaryeducatorsllc.com. Now, let me get some more of these questions. I'm sorry about that. Sheree Loren says, could you send me the link? Yeah, for the apostille course. So you'll see it right there. On the membership, I only see a replay. I view it on the app. Sheree Loren, are you in mentorship? Because you don't have to buy the apostille course. It's actually included in mentorship. I didn't tell y'all that. Let me tell y'all about mentorship really quick. Okay, so if you are in the mentorship program, you have access to 15 different courses. Okay, I'm going to try to remember all of them. I'm going to try, but it's everything you need for your notary business. Really quick. Notarize Like a Pro, the Specialty General Notary, where I go over field inspections, ink fingerprinting, etc., etc., etc. Estate/trust. So those are your documents like your trust, your wills, your power of attorneys. I go over all of that. I even have a letter in there for attorneys and how to get business. Okay. Then you have the ink fingerprinting course, the I-9 course, teach you how to do ink fingerprinting, teach you how to do I-9. I have the apostille course, which actually teaches you how to do apostille. All of this is in the mentorship. Remote online notary, even though I don't do it, I give you the basic introduction to online notary. We have the loan signing agent A to Z course, the Google My Business course to teach you how to do your Google page. Loan signing will get you straight A to Z with Alexis. I'm missing a couple. Oh, wedding officiant. Duh. Wedding officiant. Okay, so we got the wedding officiant course too. So everything you need, literally, is $47 a month for mentorship. You can cancel anytime. You don't have to come to the live trainings, which is also included in mentorship. Every week we do a live training / coaching. Every week you get training / coaching. And then the last bonus of mentorship is you have access to a live chat that we run every day between normally 9 and 11 p.m. And I let it go so late in the evening because I know I have some West Coast people. I have some people on Mountain Time, Pacific Time. So I try to make sure, and some people are just working full time. They can't start even doing their training till after work. So I try to make sure we're accessible so we can answer your questions. So like I said, mentorship is only $47 per month. It's the best program out there. I can say that. It's all inclusive, everything you need, and it's all at notaryeducatorsllc.com. If you don't want to start with mentorship, you can always start with the Start Your Notary book, as I suggested earlier, to kind of learn about the business. What is the business? What can you do in your state? And each state has its own book, so check that out too, okay? And so, yeah, if you're already in mentorship, you don't have to buy these courses separately. Everything is included, okay? And Jetty Sohai says, and you're saying that you can help me become a great notary. What? Yes, that's what I do. Yes, I can. Along with you helping me help you. I have everything laid out for you. So let's talk about how the program works, Jetty Sohai, right quick. So I have all the courses already pre-recorded. What you do is you watch the course. You take a few notes as you get stuck along the way. But as you're watching all the courses and stuff, I got everything laid out for you. So between you watching the courses and coming to live mentorship every week, getting in the chat, being active and participating and learning from your fellow notaries as I'm teaching them, yes, you will be a great notary. I can stand on that. It's factual. You can read the reviews at Notary Educators. So with the reviews on my Google page, that's kind of tricky. If you Google Notary Educators, we'll pop up and then read the reviews. Okay? And you can see some on the actual website too. But yeah, I can help you. If you're willing to put in your part of the work, I know I can do my part of the work to help you. Yes. And I help notaries in all 50 states. Melon Express says, I'm in Missouri. I just did a seller closing the other day for a property in Georgia, and an attorney had to be on the line via Zoom. It was great. Yes. So that's different. The attorney being on the line in remote online notary. Okay. That in that case, the client was in your state. But if the client is in my state, the client has to be in front of me. But you see, the attorney still had to be involved depending on what type of package it is. So Georgia has a few different caveats than other states. Matter of fact, most of the southern states, we kind of operate the same except Texas. Texas has its own thing. Every state has its own thing. In Texas, certain documents have to be notarized in the attorney's office, okay, or a realtor's office, okay? Not a realtor, attorney or title office, okay? So every state has a little different caveat. So I teach all 50. You don't have to know all 50 rules, okay? And if it's something I don't know, I look it up, just like I'm going to tell you to do too. Okay, because I don't profess to know every single thing about every single state, but I know quite a few because I've taught them. They're in my mentorship program, and I'm a trainer. I'm an educator, so I need to know these things, right? So yeah, you had a Georgia experience. Cool. Terry, oh, you're welcome. Sherry Lemon. Terry J says, you are great. You are really understand how important it is to take care of the client and not make the money an issue. If we take care of them, the money will not be an issue. It's correct. It's correct, Terry J. Oh, thank you, honey. She's so sweet. So she's right about that, though. I'm not all about the money, even when it comes to mentorship. I'm not. People are like, well, how's it only $47? It must be crap. Please. I'll put my name on nothing that's crap. The reason it's $47 is because I started thinking like other cultures. And many of you have shared it with me what is called in your culture when everybody comes together and they share to help each other. And that's what we did with the pricing. There's no way you can afford me to just mentorship for me to be your mentor. That's why I never offered it from the beginning. It wasn't worth my time, and I couldn't give you what you needed. But the way I came up with it, I give you access to all the courses. You kind of self-teach. I come in and fill in the gaps. Bam! That's the magic recipe, and it's been working since July. It's been working. Yeah, it's been working. I love the mentorship program. I love it because I'm able to still run my business. See, I'm not just a YouTuber. I have an actual notary business, right? So I can't put all my eggs over here in YouTube. I still have a full business I'm running. All right. So Terry J also says the mentorship is great. The mentorship is great. She even has examples of forms, etc. I always forget that, Terry J. That's why I need y'all on here to help a sister out. I see we have some new people that have joined us. Please don't hesitate to ask your questions. Tonight I talked about some things I dislike about apostilles, about probably 5 of them. But it's still my number one money maker, and I teach you how to, even in this video, give you some tips on how to be successful at doing apostilles. A couple more, we're going to head out of here. Jetty So High says, and thank you again, Terry J. I appreciate it. How long do you think it would take to go from 0 to hero? I love it. I'm going to say at least a good 2 months. Depending on what kind of student you are. If you come in here and knock it out the box, and you're free right now, you don't have nothing else going on, I would say 30 days to get everything going. Don't forget, you got to learn the business. You got to build your business. Once you learn what to do, now you got to build out your business. What do I mean by build out your business? Which is a course I forgot to tell y'all about. You need to know, do I need an EIN number, LLC, business bank account, how to collect payments, how to charge, how to price, all that. You got to learn all that. You have to learn all of that. And those things, again, aren't sexy. My videos, when I talk about how to build your business on this channel, people are like, yeah, right. They want to talk about six figures. How you going to get to 6 figures and you don't know what to do? You don't know how to price your services. I have people saying, oh, well, I thought it was only $2. My state said I can only charge $2, but you didn't read the handbook. You got to know what the handbook says. You got to know around the handbook. Everybody was mad at a certain person a few years ago because he only paid $750 in taxes. Was that a crime? No, but you got to know the tax law. Okay? You got to know. I always say, don't hate Don't hate the player. Don't hate the game, don't hate the player. You know what I'm saying? You got to know how to play the game. How about that? And you got to know your business. You got to know your business. And as I always say now, you don't have no business doing business if you don't know your business. Okay? So I would say about at least a good 2 months for somebody that's really trying to work and do everything. If you don't have nothing else going on, you should be able to get it done. Get started. You're never going to learn everything. And it's a lot to learn. I'm giving you 15 courses. I mean, I've been doing this for like 6 years. So, you see what I mean? So, I give you the shortest version I can. The crystal clear. Ain't no fluff. I ain't trying to keep you in mentorship till you turn 100. But you do need mentorship probably. So, thank you, Melon Express. Y'all so sweet. I appreciate y'all. And Tamara says, I have your book. It's awesome. Thank you. I appreciate it. You guys are really sweet. I appreciate it. Sheree Loren says, I've been watching Kimmi's channel for a while, and I resonate with her a lot more than the other ladies. A lot. When I saw her mentorship program, I got it so fast. LL. Yes, welcome to. I appreciate you. You're so sweet. Jetty So High says, let's do it. Where do I sign the dotted line? If you have your commission, you can sign up at NotaryEducatorsLLC.com. NotaryEducatorsLLC.com. All right, let's see. Don't hate the player, hate the game. Thank you, Melon Express. Girl, I need to go eat. I'm about to in a minute. I got a salad over here from Chick-fil-A. I've been eating bad all day, y'all. So I said I got to eat a salad. So I go to Chick-fil-A to get the salad, and I wanted the new spicy grilled chicken that they have. She gave me the grilled spicy part, but it's not the grilled, it's the fried. So I didn't make a stink about it because I didn't want fried tonight. I've been eating bad all day. So I wanted to eat healthy, and I was going to get the grilled spicy chicken on my salad. But anyway, that's not what she gave me, so I'm going to eat it. But Melon Express, don't hate the player, hate the game. That's one of my other expressions I love, because sometimes we get mad at people, and it's like, well, why she doing this, and why he doing that, and why? Don't be like, why? Find out why. If somebody has something that I want, or someone's doing something that I want, or I want to learn something that someone else is doing, I don't hate them and get mad and get jealous. I try to go find out, how can I be like them? How can I do that too? Okay? I had a manager really quick at one of my jobs. Cute little something, really petite, educated. She spoke Spanish, and she was just like the bomb.com, right? And I was like, dang, she is really fly. And I'm like, I want to learn that too. So I asked her. I asked questions. I'm a big question person. I'm like, why? How? Tell me. So I asked her, I said, hey, so how did you learn Spanish? She was like, well, the company paid for it and they'll pay for you too. Oh, really? So she dropping gems I'm picking up. This is way back in the day. So I started taking some Spanish classes. So I'm not fluent, but I can speak enough. But that's because I didn't look at her and say, oh, who she thinks she is. Oh, she thinks she's so cute. Oh, she's so this. Oh, she's so that. No. I asked her, how do you do that? How are you able to learn that language? You know what I'm saying? Anything, even on YouTube, other YouTubers, I may watch and I'm like, dang, she really excels in that. She really does. I'm like, she's great at that. I'm not like hating on her, but I'm trying to figure out how she does it, how he does it, how can I start doing it? So even in my business, I've watched other people and I've learned from them. I'm still learning. I finally have gotten some people to help me with some stuff on the back end that I didn't know about. You know, sometimes people are very tight-lipped and they don't want to share information with you. Let's just keep it real. Or everything is a course or everything is a fee, right? I give you a lot of free information here. It's almost 1,000 videos. But some stuff you just got to come and learn it. Even as much as I have here on this channel, and that's what they say in the content creator world, if you feel like you can't tell your clients here on YouTube, if I can't tell you everything you ask me, there's never been a question here on YouTube, ever. And I've been doing this almost 4 years on YouTube. There's never been a question that someone asks me and I don't give them the answer and say, find out in my course. Never, ever. So I watch a lot of other content creators that's been in the game a whole lot longer. And they always say, if you can't tell your clients what they want to know for fear they won't go buy your course, then you don't know enough. You don't know enough as the content creator. So I walk this walk. I am a notary. I have a notary business. So I could tell stories on this channel 365 every day. Because every day something different happens. I've learned something. I've made a mistake. I can share it with you. I can tell you, and you still, when people right now in mentorship, and they'll tell you, the ones that's on here right now, they thought they knew something from watching my videos here on YouTube. But they realized, dog, I ain't know nothing. I still need this mentorship. I need a mentorship because I give you everything. I give you everything here, but I cannot give you everything in a 45-minute or 30-minute conversation. There's just no way. Unless you want to sit and watch all my stuff and you got a notepad this big for 1,000 videos, you know. But the courses they're great. That's all I can say. That's all I can say. I'm going to get these last few comments and I really am going to get out of here. So Adriana, girl, sorry. What are the main things you need to purchase right away actually to do loan signings? See, that question again, Adriana, lets me know you don't need to be buying supplies, honey. You need to be doing mentorship first, okay? That's not, that question right there lets me know you do not need to touch anybody's loan signing. I'm just going to keep it real with you. I'm going to keep it real. Don't do nobody's loan signing, baby. Please, I beg you. Get in mentorship. Do the loan signing course, okay? Learn how to be a great notary, and then let's talk about supplies. People want to go buy all these supplies. They don't know what to do with them. I'm going to answer your question, but that question right there lets me know you do not need to do nobody's loan signing, okay? Step away from the loan signings until you have training. What do you need to purchase immediately, though, to do loan signings? Either at least a single tray printer, at least. I recommend a dual tray. Okay, you need some ink, some toner, some paper. All right. You also need blue black ink pens, your basic notary supplies. So, errors and omission insurance, loan signing agent training. Okay, those are some basic things you need. But that question right there, baby, lets me know. And I'm not trying to be dramatic for YouTube. I'm telling you straight up, no chaser. You don't need to be doing nobody loan signing. Okay. By the way, everything you put out is quality. I appreciate it. And please love me after my comment I just made, okay? Because I want you to win. When you win, you're going to go tell 4 other notaries, hey, I learned from Kimmi. I learned from Notary Educators. Jeffrey helped me with my printer, okay? Jeffrey helped me with my settings. Yeah, we don't play around here. Jeffrey's on the team too. He ain't just eye candy. He do a lot of stuff behind the scenes. Ask some of the people who couldn't get their printer straight. We help each other out. We had a notary, her printer got messed up. Another one was like, hey, try Notary Rotary. I knew about Notary Rotary, but I never used it because I have a dual tray. If you don't have a dual tray, that's why now I say go ahead and get a single tray. You can use Notary Rotary, and then you can do this page sorter, and then that'll sort the pages. So, for example, if you have a 100-page long pack, then the first 10 of them might be legal. You can tell it what numbers to print, and it'll print your legal and your letters separate for you. The best thing since sliced bread. And that's completely free. But another notary actually had used it. So I knew about it. But again, I don't use it because I have a dual tray. I always have had one. For those of you who do not, really quick, I always say, take some of your general notary work. And that's where I was going earlier when I said that about loan signing. I forgot to say that with that remote and REN and all that. I always recommend you start doing general notary work first. Because if you can do general notary work, you can do anything. That's like boot camp. I never say get your commission and start doing REN. Start doing REN. Start doing loan signings. I want everybody to do general notary work because that's straight up boot camp. Once you do general notary work, every other thing you touch is easy. You heard it here first. Now that's my theory. I live by that. I always have. I don't change. I don't change. Because I know what you need to do. I've done it. Okay? Last couple things here. She said I hit it. I knew I did, honey. I could tell by that question. I could tell. So I it's not that I'm being funny, but I know I do this all day. I do this. Bullseye. Try Notary Educator Podcast too, Miss Kimmi. I love your mentorship. I've been in your mentorship since 2024 and love it. Yes, Cassandra has. Cassandra has. How you doing, girl? I ain't seen you at the meetings recently. Where you been at? You just been watching the replays? But I do miss you though. Why you haven't been there? Yeah, you need to come back in person. And that's the other thing, guys. I really want y'all to come live. I just love talking to y'all. And if you don't come live, you can catch the replay like Cassandra does. She is right. We do have a podcast. And guess what? I just started too. I haven't rolled it out officially yet, but there is a blog. Yes, Notary Educators blog. It is really good. So if you like reading, we got you covered on all fronts. So the very first blog is out. Okay. I have to start Sunday. They're going to officially start rolling out, and you'll start seeing advertisements about the blog, which has different topics also. So it won't be just a repeat of something else. But thank you, Cassandra, because I do love the podcast. Is nice too. Yeah, and I didn't know it was going to do so well. I'm telling you. And that's the other piece of this notary thing. Even for me, once you start doing one thing, it leads to another. When I first started this business, I know I said I was leaving, but I got to tell you this story. When I first started this business, for those of you who may be new and have not read my book, My Baby Sister, I lost her to cancer in 2019. And I was visiting her in Michigan, and her friend came by the hospital. And I just casually say, hey, what you doing for work? And she says, I'm a notary. Changed my life. It changed my life. And what's even crazier is I told him I was starting this business, right? My brother says, hey, so what's your plans for the business? Because he's an entrepreneur. He's been one for about 15 years himself. He does something different. I said, oh, I just want to do one notarization a day. $25, $600 a month. I was just trying to make a little bit of money, kind of go with what I was doing at the hospital. He was like, well, you don't set the bar that high. I was like, no, I'm good. At that time, my mother was living. She was living with me. It was right before COVID, so she was helping us. She gave us some money, you know, and I was good. I'm like, just a little something, you know, keep my mind working. It led to something else. It led to something else. It led to something else. So when I first started, I only wanted to stamp one paper per day. Did I know that was going to turn into ink fingerprinting? Nope. A client asked me about ink fingerprinting. I'm like, I guess I could do that. Did I know it was going to turn into, and I don't even talk about this one, y'all, because I don't do a lot of it. That's why I don't advertise it here on the channel. But passport pictures. We've been hired to go do passport pictures. This lady was in a nursing home. Her nephew needed her passport picture taken. We went and bought the board over at Family Dollar. So we do passport pictures. I got the camera and everything. Well, we use our phone for the camera, but we went and bought the cards, the passport photo, ink, the cards and the paper and everything, and then the little holders. We're ready to go anytime somebody calls us for that. So I even do passport, and the client, he made me do that. He was like, you need to start doing this. This will go with your business. So then I started doing apostilles. Then I started doing loan signings. So one thing leads to another. Once you get that notary commission, it is life-changing if you let it change your life. It is. You got to let it work you, though. You got to work the program. Adriana says, yes, Terry J, I'm going to go ahead and start wrapping this. In Texas, on compliance level, to be considered bilingual, you have to be able to read, write, and speak the language. I do read, write, and speak Spanish. I do. And I don't do it perfectly again. So I'm very picky on what I do for people. I also have a Google Translator. So, yeah, it just depends. Each state is different. Depends on which document. Even when I was at the hospital, I was actually considered bilingual for my role. But I could not interpret for the doctor. You know what I'm saying? So for what I was doing in my particular role, if I wanted to speak Spanish, I could. They actually paid me for it. But I could not speak it to translate for the doctor. They would try it sometimes, but I would let them know, hey, you got to go get a real translator. The other got a translator, okay? That's been to school and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. I was just asking, Adriana, okay. I was just asking you. I don't remember what you was asking me, huh? Was that about, were you asking about the printer and stuff? I don't remember. Melon Express says laser printer if the preferred, is the preferred. Jeff, is it laser or inkjet? I always forget. I don't know why. Jeffrey, is it laser or inkjet? Is it laser? I'm sorry, y'all. Is it laser or inkjet? I'm sorry. I just always forget the printer question. Is it laser or inkjet? Laser. Laser. It is laser preferred. Yep. It's laser. And Jeffrey, I'm going to have him come on here and do the printer thing, y'all, and talk about that because y'all got to know about the printer. But he's in mentorship, so. Oh, you are so sweet. I love you guys too, for real. That's why I try to work with y'all. I want y'all to be good. Excellent. Excellent. I've had the training. I've done the notary work. And yes, I do need to do more training. Yep. Come on. Out the gate, I did a loan signing and refi to be exact. All right, Sheree. I'm mad at you. I'm not mad at you. Very good. Very, very good. Yes, watching the replays. Okay. Come on back live, though, okay? Come on back live. Okay, guys, so I'm going to head out of here because I've stayed way longer than I even planned to. But you know I can't leave y'all hanging. If you got a question, I got to answer it. And I always got a story, so I got to talk. All things notary. Check out Notary Educators, LLC.com. And I will see you guys very soon, okay? Bye. Over in mentorship or next time I go live. Okay, until next time, click subscribe, share. Bye-bye.
Thanks for tuning in to the Notary Educators with Kimmi podcast. We hope you found today's episode helpful and inspiring as you build your notary business. Don't forget to explore our all-inclusive $47 monthly training notary library for more resources to expand your skills and services. Stay connected with us on YouTube at Notary Educators with Kimmi for even more tips, tricks, and industry insights. Be sure to subscribe and share this podcast with others who want to succeed in the notary field. Until next time, keep growing and learning, and take your notary business to the next level. See you soon! Don't forget, for all things notary related, visit NotaryEducatorsLLC.com.